Here's Lucas and Zach with casual kayak fishing.
Hey everybody, it's Lucas. My brother got a new toy the other day, so figure we'll have a video about that, taking it out on the water and have a look around, see how it goes. It'll be an interesting journey. He got his very first ultralight combo. So what we're going to end up doing with that is taking it out to the local water, running it through the ringer with some panfish, good old telephone. We catch a lot of bluegill, doing what we do, being out on the water in the kayak. That's kind of a fun thing for us. We figured take it up a step and go for ultralight rigging with super light line and a really nice action on this rod. So let me give you a look at that. What my brother picked up was the, let's see if that'll focus there. It doesn't look like it's going to. You probably can see that. It's the Ugly Stick GX2. It is a Shakespeare rod. Reads at 4'8", ultralight, 2 to 6 pound test. Can't believe that's not going to read. Well, you can kind of read it there. So we've got that rigged up with the Stren fluorocast. It's a fluorocarbon. It's 4 pound, 100 yards. Went ahead and put the whole spool on there. You can see it's empty. Nice and full down there on the line. It's got a small reel on here. It's also a Shakespeare. It matches with the rod and color scheme. You won't be able to see it down in there, but the gear ratio is 5.2 to 1, which isn't too bad. I don't think this costs more than $30 for what's going to be a great handful of days on the water fishing for these small fish. Something interesting that happened, the line was twisted on here. Came off the spool twisted, went onto the reel twisted. I went ahead and took it all off and straightened it all out. It had a big old knot at the end that I just cut off. So we're probably at 90 yards maybe. But I don't think that's going to matter too much because what panfish runs 90 yards? Okay, so I'm loaded up. I'm about to go head out and make an attempt number 2 with this ultralight rod. We headed out last night, but it was kind of dark, and we were getting nibbles, but nothing was really committing. So I want to get some good stuff on film for you guys. We'll try. I don't really have a mount for this for my phone yet, so it'll mostly just be results, I guess, until I get that worked out. I am tracking it down though. One of my friends hooked me up with a link this morning to some phone grippers that will mount to the same screw that goes into the bottom of regular cameras and GoPros and different things like that. So what I'm going to end up doing is getting some of these phone grippers. They're like $2 or $3 a piece, and then mounting them just everywhere, poles and tripods and on the kayaks, different things like that, so we can get some better footage done. And then in the future, when we upgrade to better cameras, when we get to better cameras, we'll be able to just slap our new cameras right onto those mounts and use the same type of gear. So we'll have kind of a doubled up type of thing. So, but before we get going, I'm going to look at the tackle box I'm working on for this ultralight rod. It's mostly square baits and poppers, and I got a spinner bait, but it'll have some terminal stuff in here later on, smaller sized hooks, split shots. So let's have a look at those. Okay, like I said, it's a work in progress. I've mentioned these in the past. I really like these little grasshoppers, so I've got 2 of these blonde ones, and I've got I forget what they call it. It's a tiger print, the yellow, green, and orange. Got a small hula popper here, and I've also got a Rebels make it a popper frog. It's got good rattles in it, big heavy rattles. And I've also got a Rebel just shad popper. I've got a small spin bait in here. I've got some beetle spins I'm going to put in here. A couple of small crankbaits. Got a square bill and a round bill, and this hula popper, like I said. That's it for now. We're going to be using this stuff a lot and building on. We've had this tackle box forever. I mean, forever, since pretty much my entire life. So it's been great to keep around. And it's double-sided. So we're going to take this other side and be able to put all our different sizes of hooks in here, different sinkers, maybe even in a small float on each side, something in to make this really adaptable to take it with us anywhere, do all sorts of different stuff. Let's get out to the water and see how the bite is. I think this wasp has a cockroach. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a cockroach. That's awesome.
Alright, here we have it. Very first fish caught on my brother's new little really lightweight rig. Little tiny guy. Had him on this little beetle spin, so that's what I'm going to go for now. They were showing a lot of interest in my yellow crick hopper earlier, but weren't really committing to it, but this guy took it, so I'm going to have to retie my knot. Just came undone right on bank. Give it another go and see if I can find something bigger. Well, that was the only fish I caught there. There were a whole bunch of little tiny ones, you know, swimming around. They breed really well there, and they stay protected while they're small. I guess they just don't make it to the right size to catch too often. It might be the same way for bass, you never know. But I'm going across town to another one of the, well, the only other kind of small town park or city park that has a pond in it. I think there's a golf course around here that has ponds in it. I might have to look into that later and see about what I can do about fishing out there. Well, I'm at that other location now, and it's just a wall of grass. Look at this. There's catweed in there, and there's a couple of spots that I can see from the other side that look like they might be open enough to get, you know, something through, but I've just got this ultralight set up with me. I don't think I can pull through all this moss, keep a fish on the line. I've been out here a little while. I've been getting some monster swipes at my baits, but I wasn't getting any landing them. Switched to one that was newer, a bit sharper hooks, and there you go, first cast. One for me. But it's starting to rain now. No! Okay, well, I'm in the car headed home. I know you might be saying to yourself, but Lucas, it's just some rain. Why do you care? Just find somewhere to hunker down and wait it out and go fishing when you're done. And I'd say, yeah, typically. Except if you can see that big black strap right there across the ceiling, that's the tie down for my boat. And I learned the hard way that those tie down straps, when they become saturated with water, will seep through the door gaskets and drip down into the inside of your car at the lowest point. Now, I don't want my car smelling like mildew again, so I'm gonna go home, go ahead and take care of this, wrap this video up, have some lunch, and take the boat down. Well, not necessarily in that order. I'll probably go back out either tomorrow or the next day to that little pond that I just left from, because those bites were intense. And I know my brother's gonna want to be there. So we'll pick that back up when we can pick it back up. Like always, remember to subscribe, leave us some comments. We'd love, well, we really don't ever hear from anybody. It'd be nice to hear from somebody for once. Any feedback would be great. But like I said, give us a subscribe. That'd be awesome too. Follow us on Instagram. We're at Captain Longbong, at Dr. Hotbox. All one word on both of those. We post the photos of the catch, you know, the fish that we catch in the different places, and you know, we'll try to post lures and things that we catch them on. And then it's just another way to keep up with the things that we're doing. But that'll be it. I'm soft wet and I'm cold. Speaking of wet, keep those lines wet, keep fishing.